You know, we are living in a IT-fueled, a technology-fueled business renaissance. And at the core of that, whether you think about cloud, mobile, big data, analytics, IoT, open source and open technology has been behind a lot of those innovations. You cannot out-innovate the world. And you know, this is by design, no coincidence. Back in 2012, we helped start the OpenStack Foundation. We've been behind a lot of great initiatives like Cloud Foundry, and then here I am at Container World talking about containers. Everything from the Open Container Initiative, the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. All of this is core to what we're doing, how we build our cloud. Now, why do we do it? Well, obviously, a lot of great innovation to be harnessed in the community and help our clients. But also, more importantly, is you want to have consistency. Whether you're getting capability on-premise, on a private cloud, or public cloud, you want a consistent way of building out your clouds, and you want to have a huge skill base. I mean, think about how easy it is for our clients to get access at this skill, and the ecosystems all around it. So open technology is really important. You know, I often say it's not your grandparents' open source and standards efforts. I mean, back when I joined IBM at IBM Research, I was working with Tim Berners-Lee and a lot of folks on the evolution of the web. Standards like HTML or foundations like Apache, XML, web services, all very important. But there was this big difference. Difference number one is today, end users are involved in the development of open technologies. Two, code comes first. Those are the two biggest differences, I think, that are going on right now with open source, and that is what built and what is accelerating all the innovation that's happening. Just think about it. Back then, we had no idea when we were working on these web standards for scientific purposes that we live in the world we live today, right? All HTTP-driven, HTML-driven, et cetera, right? Well, can you imagine the world it's going to be now that the actual end users are involved in the design of these things from the beginning? It's going to be a great world in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know, this is going to be a really exciting year for containers. What did we do last year? Last year we laid the groundwork. The Open Container Initiative, RunC, et cetera, and the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. What's going to happen now is that this open cloud architectures start to come together. You're going to start seeing reuse of technologies like OpenStack where it makes sense in containers. The coming together of orchestration across the different perspectives for this, and then ultimately the standardization or the open sourceification, let's say, of microservices, okay? That is going to be a big focus for this year, and there's a lot of energy in the communities, and certainly at IBM, to bring these worlds together and then accelerate the art of the possible, accelerate this next generation transaction system built on containers, built on stateless, essentially, applications, which then can be reused and reconfigured. We've got lots of projects going on in IBM with containers, but I think, you know, the best way that we deliver this to clients is through our Bluemix platform. You can go to bluemix.net, you can use our container services, you can bring together applications that are built in Cloud Foundry all in a single environment. You don't have to worry about auto-scaling. We manage your security, we have the entire life cycle. This is how we deliver the value to our clients, and it is a consistent model. Whether you're building containers on-premise, right, on your own private cloud, or whether you're doing it on our public cloud in 40 data centers across the world, or what we call dedicated, where we can carve out a special part of the data center just for you. That is how folks get access at our innovation and what we're doing in the open source communities. Oh yeah, you know, application development has been going through transitions. Okay, it is kind of, you know, if you think about it, there's a constant democratization of technology, but there's also a constant democratization of the how you do things, okay? And the fact that we are now able to create repeatable, much more easily deployable applications, it allows us to move faster, change faster. That's number one. But the how you do it is just as important. The methodology, how you build applications, let's say like a startup, build your MVP, how do you scale it to the enterprise? The method behind how you do pair programming built into squads, how you do pull requests, all this stuff is really important to get right as you scale out this in a more institutionalized way. Back at the DevOps Summit, we announced the open sourcing of a method of how you do it called the IBM Bluemix Garage method. So I think between the capability we've got going on in Bluemix and this Garage method, we're helping accelerate this transformation of application development, the how you actually build these things and how you reconfigure them. You know, I am real excited about being at Container World for a couple of reasons. First of all, it brings together the best and the brightest around containers, whether it's folks who use the stuff, there's a lot of our clients are here talking, but also the folks who are actually building the stuff. And whenever you get people together to share ideas, new things come. We all have a perspective about where things are going to head, but having an opportunity to come together and share and shape the future, not this year and next year, is a very unique thing. And I think that is probably the most important thing that I'm getting out of this, is interactions with the folks here. Well, at the presentation at Container World, I kind of focused on, I think, three things. The first one was drawing an analogy between building applications and video games. Look, when you play a game, lag kills. Right? It's all about speed, and there are no respawns in the game of life, right? So spend a bit of time talking about how containers can help you go faster, application development faster, transactional applications faster. But at the same time, I'm going to do this analogy between containers and this Maslow hierarchy of needs, because it's all right to start with the basics, get a common dev and test and production environment, but what about the whole life cycle? So I kind of tried to give folks a sense of what it means to go next into containers, where you build, run, manage, monitor. How do you do that in an open way? And then, of course, I went right into microservices and explained the importance of having flexibility of how you bind your services together to have late binding versus static binding so you can move even faster. All of this is available today in our Bluemix.net platform.